Welcome back to CTV Morning Live. John Kealey is with me from Allstate. How are you?
I'm very good, Jeff. How are you this morning?
I'm fantastic. Listen, Allstate and insurance companies at large and the public that has insurance have the same goals. Let's keep, obviously, we want to keep the claims down and premiums low, and there are ways to do that by just some easy precautions. As we head into a new season, these are some of the things to think about, right? When you talk about household insurance coverage, what are the big claims you see on a yearly basis?
Well, Allstate Canada, we see about 70% of our home claims come from our wind and water related.
Oh, okay. Wow. So wind related too.
Yeah, it's been a tough year for wind. People live in the Calbogue area have had some big issues up that way.
That's right.
There's little things people can do, just kind of simple things, trimming branches that are hanging over trees or up against windows that could prevent further damage, breakage when the wind does come. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So as you head into that season, that's a good idea to think about. And before, we don't want to admit it, but before long, you're going to have to start thinking about pipes and taking care of those. Yep. What are some of the precautions you need to take when talking about cold weather?
Well, any pipes, especially pipes that are in areas that could potential to freeze, you can look at insulating them.
Okay. That's an easy thing to do, actually.
It is pretty easy, yeah.
Right.
It's something that you don't have to be an expert at to be able to do. And also just turning off the hose spouts for outside to come, the cold weather can help prevent damage there as well.
Fantastic. I have a shut-off valve, and then I bleed it out, and then you're good to go for the winter. Talking about obvious things to some people, but maybe not to everybody. So when you take care of your eaves, there are some things you can do to actually make sure that you are protecting your property, right?
Absolutely. Cleaning out your eaves is a good thing. It helps the water flow out, even extending down pipes, downspouts. To keep that
Get them away from the foundation, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And then grading, too. Make sure that everything's flowing away. There's a lot of things, and we've seen a rash of fires in the last week or so. And fires not always preventable through, sometimes there's an electrical issue we don't know about, but there are ways to minimize risk and preventable fires as well.
Well, there's things people can do in outside is storing, if you have wood, if you burn wood, is storing the wood away from the house.
Yeah, in case if that ever caught fire for some reason, it would burn away from your home. It would be much safer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Storing gasoline, things like that in the garage as well can be a factor. Inside, I mean, just simple things, like buying a fire extinguisher and showing everybody how to use it.
Every once in a while, you hear about people who are using paint thinners and things like that, and they store them incorrectly in their garage, and there are some chemical reactions that can happen to actually start a fire in your home, and you don't know it. Just chemical-wise, just keep that stuff away, sealed up, throw it out at the appropriate places.
Right.
This is what you want to do.
Absolutely.
There's tons of things you can find. There's a good website for it, too.
Yes, we have the goodhandsadvice.ca website, which has a lot of helpful tips for homeowners to what things, preventative things, regular maintenance things that they can do to protect their home from
and you're not just talking preventative. You're even saying once the situation has arisen, make sure you're prepared to deal with it. Fire, for instance. A lot of people still don't. We have the smoke detectors. I think a lot of people are on that now. They've got their smoke detectors all good to go. But once you get into your kitchen and there's a fire, what are you going to do?
Exactly.
You should have what?
The fire extinguisher is a big thing.
So important.
Cooking with oil, having a lid present or close by to cover that fire if something did start is.
Don't throw water on the oil fire.
No, absolutely not.
Do not do that. Well, I thank you very much for coming in, John.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate
Thank you very much.
Good reminders as you head into the next season. Just make sure you take care of your property.